Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lynn and I am Pretty Papercraft 67. Today I'm going to finish embellishing the tags that we made from the masterboard that I did a couple of weeks ago with the Edith Holden papers. I was lucky enough to get 10 tags out of the two masterboards. My tags are fairly decent size, fairly large. They measure about 15 centimetres long by almost 8.5 wide. So if you were using smaller styles of ephemera, you'd get a lot more. But yeah, so I've just we did the baseboard on the masterboard, and now I've just gone through and just fussy cut some images from the Edith Holden and added some assorted numbers and bits and pieces, and then I've machine stitched around the edges and distress inked and just put a calico tie on each. So they've turned out really pretty. I'm really quite happy with the way they've turned on. I've backed them onto assorted papers. Some of them have got hand dyed paper and others just coffee dyed paper on the back. So the Tracy Fox label. Yeah, they're just really nice. They're easy to do, and you always end up with a different different background image because of your masterboard being the way we do them. It's all mismatched papers. So I'll link that video for masterboards down in the description box if anyone wants to go back and have a look. But I just thought I've got 3 left to do, so we might sit this morning and just get these 3 finished, and yeah, then you'll see my process for embellishing tags. So I've just gone through, I've got the 3. I've just gone through some of my labels and numbers, the Shabby Dabby Doodah numbers. They come in handy. I've got, that's the Graphics Fairy, a bit of Tracy Fox, a little bit of Artie Mays, and then I don't know, I forget where this came from, but it's just a bingo card, and I just cut the numbers out of there. They come in handy. And then I've got some text that we might use as, layering in the background of the image we're going to put down. And yeah, I've just fussy cut a whole heap of images from Edith Holden books. So that's those, and I'm just going to be using my distress ink and just glue stick. This one's a pretty good one, this Study Mate. I've been using it now for a little while, so I'm quite happy with it. But yeah, so basically that was the backgrounds from the masterboards. You can see some images there. But yeah, it's a bit mismatched all over, and so I just find by doing it this way, you kind of filling in these filling in what sort of the gaps there are there. Now I'm going to start with this one because the first one I'm doing has got butterflies in it. So that's the image that I've cut from the book, and then I've just got a couple of other butterflies. What I tend to do when I use Edith Holden, if you're familiar, you know that she sort of names most of her illustrations in the book, so I just like to cut those out and make them a focal point on my tag somewhere. There's another little butterfly up the top. We can fiddle with him and get him in somewhere. And I just have a bit of a play around positioning it to where I'm happy, putting in my little bits here and there, trimming down. Once I'm happy with my layout, then I'll just go in and I'll just quickly distress all the edges. I find that when you're doing masterboards or any type of layering, if you put a little bit of distress ink around the edges of your images, it kind of makes them stand out from the background. So I'll just go through and we'll quickly do that with some of these. With all of these, I should say. You don't have to be real careful if you miss little bits of areas here and there. It doesn't matter. Oh, it's quite sad to see. I went on searching. I'm nearly out of my Edith Holden now, and I always like to have another one ready for when I'm just about finished one. But the prices of them seem to have skyrocketed, I do buy them from one particular website, book website. But yeah, the prices have just gone insane. So that makes me a little sad because I have been working with Edith Holden paper, Pages books, for a very long time now. And yeah, I don't know where I'm going to get my next one from. This label here is quite long. I don't know that I'll be able to get it in there, but we'll try. Alright, so then once you're happy with, you know, your placement and you've got your inking all done, then I just grab my glue book and I'll just start laying down. Oh, I haven't done this butterfly, did I? It's dark, so it doesn't take much. So I kind of like that one sat underneath the focal image. So I kind of like that, and then that's his little definition there. So I'm going to pop that one there. And then this yellow butterfly is really sweet. And this here's the definition for both the plant and that yellow butterfly. But like I said, it's rather long, so it might just fit in there, and then we can lay that one over the top like that. So I'll just quickly ink that edge up. Like so, and then we're just going to lay it down sort of in that order. So I'll grab this butterfly first, and I'll just put a bit of glue behind it. Tuck him in under there, and then I just use my bone folder and just give it a really good press, just to get rid of any air bubbles underneath it, and just to make sure that it's really that both the papers have met. Now this one here, this particular tag has sort of a line straight down the middle, so I want it my aim is to cover that up, and that does it really well. So we'll just pop some glue down on this one. Oh, it's quite fragile, this piece. Just lay that down there. You will get gluey fingers. Seems to be my life, gluey fingers. Oh, that's a shame. Good, didn't tear it, so no, I'm not gentle enough. I'll just give that a good burnish. Like so. And then I've got my little definition for my butterfly, so I'll pop that one there. Put that one down the bottom, even though it is quite large. Put it down there. And this sweet little one just kind of nipping that way. Yeah, that's cute. Like that. Burnish. Just go over everything again, getting a good press down. And then I always like to put in a number, so I might just grab, there's a lot going on with that one, so I might just grab one of these bingo numbers from this card. Just cut it off there like so. Get a little bit of ink. That. So that's the first one done, easy as that. I'll just grab my ink again, and I'll just go around the edges of the tag, and then I'll finish it off. I can't sew on camera anymore because I cleaned up my craft room, and I've set my machine up on the other side of the room, just easier for PowerPoints and so forth. So I can't sew on camera anymore, but I'm sure those that sew don't need to be shown, and there are many other tutorials out there. So that's our first one done. It just gives it a little something something, and it's pretty, I like them. So that's our first one. Then we'll move on to our second one. I find I've cut really big leaves here. Now they will go over a little bit, but that's fine. I'll just cut them off. Yeah, I really like that. Put those two there. Now with this one, I'm going to use a Shabby Dabby Doodah number. I'm going to go for one a little bit darker just to create a bit of contrast. But I also love these labels here from the Graphics Fairy. They're French, and I'm really not sure what they say because I don't speak French, but I just think they add a little something. So I'm just going to fussy cut that one out around the oval line. So, and I'll just cut this number down and get nice and neat. And then again, just hit them with a bit of ink. And I think I want to lay that one in behind, like so. Again, you won't see much of it, but it's more about just adding extra texture, layering up images and just a bit of interest on the tag. It's like I love those projects that like the more you see, the more you look, the more you see. So at first glance it's like, oh yeah, but then when you really look into it, oh there's a bit of this and a bit of that, a bit of text and a number here, and yeah, fun. Let's keep going, inking around. There, and that was going to go over the top, and then just this one probably doesn't need inking, but I'm going to anyway because just to hide the white lines, because I just printed them out just on plain white copy paper. All right, so I'm looking at fresh paste for my blue book, and we'll start on this one. So I'll lay this tag down first. It sits behind, and I'm just going to put it here, just over to that side a little more, a little bit of a burnish. So, and this big image, oh it's beautiful, maple leaves. So I'm going to run that kind of across the tag like so. Like I said, yeah, it's a little bit long, we'll just trim off the excess at the end, that will be fine. Sometimes, you know, when you stamp, you like to stamp half off the page just to, I don't know, create a bit of fun. An illusion of saying a butterfly has, you know, fallen off the page type of thing. So I'm just going to lay that down like so. Good burnish, make sure it's all stuck down. And then on this one I'm just simply going to put the little Shabby Dabby Doodah number. Do I go there or do I go there? I'll lock it up the top there. And just quickly lay that one down. Oh boy, is it cold. It's beautiful. Winter's here. I'm up in Brizzy, it's a Saturday morning and it is cold. It's very overcast. Dragged out all the winter stuff. So that's that one done. Simple as that. Once this glue has dried at the back, I'll just trim them around when I ink the tags. We'll pop that one away. And then this is the last one that we have out of the set of 10. And I just love these big mushroom images. Isn't that pretty? That is beautiful. So again, I'll have to cut some of that off. But I think I'll do it that way. And then I've got lots of that one. I don't know. I have got some more here, but yeah, I don't know. That could look good. That could look good. And then I've just got the definition of the orange one. It's a sulfur tuft. could do that. I'll do like that. And then we might just use one of these little, I'm not sure what they are, little buttons, I guess, a little metal button. Print. It's a digital, but it's from Auntie May's, and you could probably use it on your spines of your journal or corners, the corners of your covers or whatever, where you would maybe put a metal embellishment. And I'm just going to sort of like tuck that in somewhere, just to, so it's just a hint of it poking out. And of course it's not perforating. Just sort of like that. And then I'm going to put, and I just want to put another number, so we might just put this one, but I might do this one in a lighter colour. These are so brilliant, these numbers, really. I use them pretty much all the time now. I'm so pleased I bought them. They're Tina, Shabby Dabby Doodah. I'll link Tina's Etsy down below. I might just pop that one up there. Okay, how are we going for time? Gee, time goes fast when you're having fun, doesn't it? I'd really love to get a new recording device, something that gave me maybe an hour to record, because I'm a bit of a procrastinator when it comes to laying things down. In 30 minutes you just feel like you're rushing. Let's give that a bit of ink just to get rid of those white edges. This one. Can't wait for my new stamp pads to arrive. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm just going to set this up again, because this one I kind of had tucked in a bit, didn't I? So, like that. And that one, I might change that one, I might put it right there, that right there. Put this one. Don't know about that now. Rethink that one. That's got to go down now. Okay, so we will lay the big mushroom first. Into your glue. But before I stick it, I just want to again get this one kind of in position. So that goes like about there. Stick that one down, but I won't stick that little tail down yet, because I know that this next one's going to tuck in behind there. Glue. I'm still such a little girl at heart, playing with art supplies. I'm just going to pop that on there like that. Press down here. This is the definition, the sulphur tough, that's the definition of this one. I might just give it a little more ink, just to give it a little nice dark border. Pop that one down. So, yeah. And of course, my number. Got to put a number up there. Just like that. Right, so that is the 3 tags that we had left out of the master boards. Like I said, I still will ink around the edges. This one here now is drying. Still a little tacky. I don't really want to cut around it until it's dry, because it clogs up my scissors. So yeah, I will then cut them to the shape of the tag and come back in and distress all the edges, and then I will machine stitch all around them punch their holes for their ties and then thread the calico tie through it. I like the calico because it frays really easily and it looks really old. So there you go. That is the tags that we created from the masterboard that we did a few weeks ago. A whole lot of fun, really, really good, and the end results, they're really pretty. So this is going to form part of my new Edith Holden bundle that will be for sale up in the Etsy store soon. So yeah, I'll just pull them over, I don't know what the other camera. So there you go. You can do it with anything. You don't just have to do it with Edith Holden, any scrapbooking paper, any masterboard. It's just fun, and again, it's just collage. You can keep building that up and up. You can put fabrics, you can put laces in there, you can do all sorts of things. It's up to your imagination. So yeah, so thank you very much for joining me today. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Yeah, apparently rain's coming in, so I don't mind. I'll just be sitting in here most of today because I've got so much left to do. But yeah, give them a go. Do a masterboard and cut some tags and just have some fun with some collage. Alright guys, well thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch up with you all again in the next video. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.